Hello everybody, MorbTron here. Today is April 9th, 2019, which means it's a Tuesday and a reset day. Now, Arc Week is here. There is a big patch, not so big in the download, less than a gig on PC. But there's a lot of changes that have happened, and a lot of hopefully good changes for Gambit and Gambit Prime. Now, I have already covered the changes to Gambit Prime in another video, so all I will say is that Invasions basically got the big huge nerf bat, so hopefully Gambit Prime isn't just an invasion fest anymore, and I'll get to the other bits of patch notes that I'm going to cover in a little bit, and if you want to know the full patch notes and read them over, you can always follow the link in the description down below to the patch notes and give them a quick read over. There's quite a few of them. But we'll first start off and see what Tess Everest has for us this week. Now, of course, since it is Arc Week, and the Thunderlord quest has returned, so if you haven't completed that, you can complete it, get yourself a free Thunderlord, and explore an old part of the Cosmodrome from Destiny 1, inside Destiny 2. Kinda weird. But of course, since Thunderlord is back, Bungie is peddling their Thunderlord skins, so if you want to purchase those with real money, you certainly can. These are $7 each. And they have $5 each for these new Arc subclass mods. Now you can preview them on every class, but you can't use the Arc emote for a Hunter on a Titan, that sort of thing. But you can look at them and see what they do. So, I'm not going to be spending any money on these. I mean, maybe I would if it was Solar Week, and I'd buy the one for Sunbreaker for my Titan, but I don't really care enough to spend $5 per emote on these. The Stormcaller's Patience emote does seem to make a random shape when you preview it. There's a square, here's like a triangle thing, or I should say a cube, and then whatever that triangle cube, a pyramid, sure, there we go. Oh, there's a little diamond type looking thing. Anyway, moving on. We have the newish dance, which I don't know what that's referencing. If somebody knows what this dance is referencing, let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm curious, because it is stupid looking. Then we have a Year 1 dance, the flowing dance. Don't know what this is referencing either. Probably some... I don't know. I have no clue. Anyway, we have the Vigil of Saint 14 weapon ornament for the Vigilance Wing. Makes it look actually pretty good. I didn't really like the look of the Vigilance Wing when it looked all Egyptian. Now it looks like a real gun. Hooray! We have the At Any Cost weapon ornament for the Gambit Prime sniper rifle. So if you like a giant glowing barrel of takenness, there you go. Let's see, other things. We have the Skulking Fox ship. If you have not gotten one of these, kind of looks like a Cabal dropship type thing. We have the Plasma Shell as well, which is a Public Defender shell, so increased loot from public events and all destinations. When it says increased loot, it really means you might get an extra token or two, and you get some extra glimmer. That's what extra loot means, but I don't have this thing unlocked yet, so I'm going to spend some Bright Dust and unlock it. That's what it's for. I also don't have the Siva projection, so I'm going to get that just so I don't get that from a package turn-in later. And if you're looking for boots for the Season 6 Eververse set, this one has Dynamo, Primary Ammo Finder, and Arrow Scavenger, and Rifle Dexterity. So, if you're looking to complete that, there you go. And then page 2 just has the regular Eververse stuff. Alright, we're going to check to see what we have here. Now, apparently, there are bounties everywhere for people using Arc subclasses now. So, since it is Arc Week, let's see what we have from Shaxi Poo, if anything. No, that was a lie. I mean, there's Arc Final Blows, sure. Let's see if Zavala has anything here, any Arc-specific bounties that we need to be paying attention to. Arc kills in a strike, super kills in a strike, rocket launcher, strikes with or enemies with a bow, and enemies in a strike. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a bounty at each that says use your arc abilities. I guess that's a thing. Alright, let's see what Banshee has here for this week for mods. We have Icarus Grip and Resilience, so if you're looking for those, you can now buy them at Banshee. But now, as I'm walking over here, let's go over some patch notes. There's going to be a lot of them, but I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to go over the most important ones, and then if you want to read over all of the changes, head over to Bungie.net from the link in the description. Alright, so Xur Faded Engrams can now reward Forsaken Exotics. Big yay there, that's fantastic. I might actually now be able to get the exotics I don't have on my Warlock yet from Xur. Fantastic. 801 now sells all frames every week, but you can only complete 2 per week like you always could. Let's actually go check that out right now, and I'll kind of show you what that means. She sells all the frames all the time. The drop rate for 1,000 voices has been increased, and it actually has been doubled. Fantastic. I don't have it yet, and I've run Last Wish every week since it's been released, and I haven't ever gotten it. Not salty about it at all, Bungie. Maybe I'll finally get it now. Let's see here. 801 sells all the frames. So you can choose whichever one you want to. So machine gun, auto rifle, hand cannon, sword, sniper rifle, bow, and pulse rifle. So you can choose whatever you want to. That's fantastic. That's the way it should have been in the first place. The drop rates for the Last Wish raid and the Dreaming City ships, ghost shells, and sparrows have all been increased by a very large amount, by at least 4 times. Fantastic. All Forsaken lore drop rates have been increased as well, so if you're looking to complete your Chronicler title, yay for you. Catalysts for the Prospector, Rat King, and Hardlight can now drop from Nightfall and Strike completions. Huge yay. Have been waiting on those for a very long time, but Bungie has been sitting on them for some reason. Don't know why. It's been months and months and months of them just sitting on those catalysts. And the Suros Regime catalyst can now drop from Crucible. Also, yay. Cannot wait to get my hands on all 4 of those catalysts. Wardcliff Coil has been nerfed. Saw that one coming from a mile away. PvE boss damage has been reduced by 25%. And now we go on to the subclass changes before we go on to the Drifter here. For Titan, might as well show it here while I'm on a Titan. So for Code of the Juggernaut, so the bottom one, not the top one, is not all pre-Forsaken subclasses got changed, but most of them did. For Code of the Juggernaut, Frontal Assault buff, which is right here, now increases weapon damage by 25% in PvE and 20% in PvP. So strike an enemy with your melee ability to reload your weapon, increase your weapon stability, and increase your weapon damage. That is very, very powerful. Very powerful now. I mean, the buff that they did to Code of the Juggernaut a while back made it a viable super to use, and now that punching something in the face increases your weapon damage, oh boy, that's gonna be interesting. Interesting to see. Also, Knockout now increases melee damage by 60%, and it is triggered either after breaking the enemy shield or dropping the enemy below 60% total health. It doesn't really say that here, just as critically wounding an enemy, but the change is there. And I believe that's all the changes we have for Code of the Juggernaut that I felt like talking about, because those were big changes. The others are just kind of small tweaks. Hunter got both of its pre-Forsaken Arc subclasses got touched. Bonus melee damage now stacks up to 3 times for Arcstrider Way of the Warrior. It's less effective in PvP, but still a buff. Kills with the melee now also heal 40 health and start health regen immediately. So that's going to be amazing. Just a bunch of hunters running around, probably shotgun meleeing everybody. And getting their health back immediately. Yay. Thanks, Bungie, for that. Arcstrider Way of the Wind, every perk of that subclass got buffed. So there's nothing that really stood out more than the other. Just flat out, everything got buffed. Check out the patch notes in the link down below if you want to know more. Warlock also got touched very, very hard by this patch. Stormcaller in general, just overall, super damage scales up to 150% over 5 seconds of continuous use of the ability. So if you're running around just in Stormcaller, Emperor Palpatining it up, and you just hold down the button, After 5 seconds, your super buff or super damage is increased by 150%. Yikes. Now, as far as other things, Attunement of Conductions. This is the one without Landfall and without the Arc Buddy. Chain Lightning Melee now chains up to 5 times, and targets can be hit twice. Damage has been reduced a little bit to reflect that, but it's still, if a target gets hit twice by your melee, it's still a damage buff overall. So that's neat. And then Attunement of the Elements, so the one that does have the Arc Buddy. Electrostatic Surge increases Rift regen by 600% per nearby friendly guardian and extends Rift duration to 20 seconds. And the Arc Soul, aka Arc Buddy, duration has been increased from 8 seconds to 12 seconds. Holy crap! That's a huge buff. Gonna see a lot of Stormcaller Warlocks running around. A lot. Other subclass changes. Warlocks, Nova Warp, everything got a little bit of a buff, maybe to make the super relevant again. Hopefully not as overpowered as it was originally. Everyone and their mom was a Nova Warp Warlock back when it first came out. Hopefully not everybody and their mom will be a Nova Warp Warlock now again, but maybe the super will be a little bit more relevant. Warlock Dawnblade Everlasting Fire perk, which is the perk that, for Top Tree, I believe, that makes it so you can extend your super's duration. From super kills, got a little bit of a change, so that you can no longer have infinite super. They added diminishing returns to that perk, so that after, I think, 13 kills, you're basically done with a super, and it ends, or can no longer be extended indefinitely. And then Hunter's Blade Barrage can no longer be cancelled mid-super activation to allow hunters to fly through the air like a rocket. That was more prevalent on PC because you can use macros to cancel with switching weapons, blah blah. That's fixed, you can no longer do that, hooray. I never saw it myself, but I've seen videos of it online, and it was a little bit ridiculous. Also, they fixed a memory leak issue on PC, so PC performance should no longer degrade over time. Hooray. Now let's get our package from the Drifter. Be sure to visit the Drifter if you sided with him, or to check out Ikora if you sided with the Vanguard for the loyalty quest. Another thing that has been changed, yes sir, I'm a closer, has been made not terrible. The points required has been increased to 20, but a win is worth 4 points, while a loss is worth 2 points. You no longer go backwards in progression with a loss. You just don't get as many points. Half as many points. So, you're either going to play 5 games, or you're going to play 10 games. Which are a combination of 5 and 10. So, there you go. Better. Yay, thanks Bungie. I'll actually be playing some Gambit Prime this week to test out their new changes to it. And like I said, I'm not going to mention any of the changes in this video. Just know that Invasion's got the big old nerf bat, and now Gambit Prime should not be just an invasion fest. There we go. Also, Gambit was adjusted a little bit as well, but I'm going to leave that for later. This video has already gone long enough. So if you're interested in the patch notes, there will be a link in the description down below if you want to check out this patch notes, but let's just pick all this junk up here. Oh, I can't hold. Okay. I am full, apparently. Let's go check out what's around the solar system. Now, the flashpoint this week is on Io, so that's neat. The Night Falls this week, which I will be farming to get those catalysts. We have a Garden World, Arms Dealer, and the Hollowed Lair. So the Hollowed Lair gives you Mindbender's Ambition Shotgun. Arms Dealer gives you a neat little exotic Sparrow. And a Garden World gives you the ship. It's a ship. That's what it gives you. An exotic ship. Neato Burrito. And then in the Crucible playlist, of course, we have Mayhem. So that's also pretty neato burrito. I'll be spending some time in Mayhem because I really, really enjoy Mayhem. And now I have new arc things to play with in Mayhem. So, hooray. And then in Gambit, let's see here, in the Reckoning, I believe we're going to have the shadow of... Jeez, is it gonna be the Knights? I think we had the Knights last week. I didn't really do any reckoning last week because I couldn't get the hand cannon. But I think we'll have the Shadow of Oryx this week, so you can get the hand cannon. So I'll probably be farming some reckoning. We'll see, though. We got some Gambit Prime and some Mayhem to play, so we'll see what I end up doing. But there we go. Oh, and then in the Dreaming City, it is a week 1 or a week curse week. I don't know. So, what's her face? Pet Revenge is in the Strand. So I'm starting off week in the curse cycle. So there you have it. That is what's going on this week in Destiny 2. This is a longer video because there is a gigantic patch. If I missed anything, or if you want to discuss the patch notes in the comment section, I'm all for it. If you like this video, if you want to support my channel, hitting that like button is greatly appreciated. Also, if you're new here and you want to help me get to that 5,000 subscriber mark before the end of this month, hit that subscribe button. Looking pretty bleak right now for hitting that subscriber goal of mine, so if you could please hit that sub button and maybe tell your parents, your grandparents, your friends to sub too. That'd be fantastic. But the most important thing is that you do not forget to have a good day, everybody. And then we'll catch you all next time.